Hi, I wanted to come and talk about the Awaken the Priestess training that I've just finished with Schamet Horsfield, because it has been life-changing. It has been transformational, and I've done trainings in the past and courses in the past, and they've all had very good reviews. But this is more. This has been more than a course, more than a training, and I want to tell you why. Because it might be for you, and I don't want anyone to miss out on the opportunity, because it's taken me on a journey, and this is how I describe it. It's not a course, it's not a training, it's been a journey, and it's not over. The course has ended, but the transformation and the learning is just beginning. So let me take you through the process. So I came from a background of nursing and teaching and being in very practical, caring, nurturing roles. But I also had a side of me that was very out there. I was always described by people who knew me as a bit of a hippie. And those two things were always very separate. My career and my spiritual life were always very, very separate things. And what Schamet has done for me is that she's brought those two things together. And I was trying to describe it as I came from a place of being confident about who I was, but having these two separate pieces to me, to going through this journey, and now being confident in who I am, knowing who I am, and those two things have come together, and that came about through a lot of work that we did on the journey. So skills that we were taught very early on were to support each other, to hold space for each other, to come together as a group and just work together and help each other to develop our skills and rise. And it's something that Schamet talks about a lot in a good way, but it's more than that. It's something that she's knitted into the course. And so there's no, there was never any competition. It was just a group of women who genuinely wanted to help each other and support each other on this journey. And we all went through the same things together. There were many moments of transformation is the best way I can describe it. It was, there was moments where I couldn't see the value in a process, but I would do the process because, I was quite spiritual. I knew what I was doing, but I would do the process. And an hour in, I'd be furiously writing in my journal and going, oh my God, I had no idea this was going where it's gone. And it took me to all kinds of places. We went to some shadow places, some dark places. And, I learned how to manage things that I've been afraid of. I've learned how to not only manage them, but to find the gifts in them. And that skill is something I can take away and use again and again and again. It's not something that is not a one-off incident. It's a skill, a way of being that we've learned. And the whole time, we would learn very early on to reach out to each other and ask for help, which is something that many people think they can do, but actually when push comes to shove, they find that really difficult. And that's something that we learned very early on. And so when we did come to the hard work, the shadow work, we had each other, and we could hold space for each other. And so those were very transformational moments. But also there was a lot of one thing I discovered about myself, or Schamet helped me to discover about myself, is that I love the imaginary realm. That's my happy place. That's where I go a lot. And we've just had so much fun with it, not just with the imaginary realm, but with a lot of the things that we do. And it's been a transformational journey, but it's been playful and fun and loving, and it has been a journey that we all went on together, and that we're going to keep going on, because we've been trained or set up to be able to carry on and use the skills that we've got to move forward ourselves, but also to now go out and be of service in the world. And I don't think I know of anyone who could have done that, the same level of love and care that Schamet has poured into the work. I keep wanting to not use the word training, because it's not. It's more than that. It's a transformational journey, and I can't recommend it highly enough to anyone who is ready to do the work for themselves and heal themselves, and come to know who they are and what they have to bring the world. I had no idea what my soul path purpose was going to be when I started this journey with Schamet. As I say, I've come from a background of nurturing professions, but through going through this journey, I have clarity around my gifts, and I have confidence in my gifts, and I know who I am, and I know what I can offer and what I can bring. And I didn't have that before going on this journey. And Schamet has, given that, I feel like that's been a gift. I know that it was all there, but going through this journey with all these women has just brought it all together, and I now know exactly who I am and what I've got to offer. And I also have a whole realm of imaginary worlds to play in, and that has been a godsend in pandemic-y times. So I thank Schamet, and I hope that this resonates with some people and makes you want to look further into doing the work with Schamet, because it is genuinely life-changing.